everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. Before we get any further, I do want to give a big thank you to Novo Ovo for sponsoring today's video, along with sending over their new Moon Curve full cover soft gel duck nail tips. Yes, you heard that right, Moon Curve duck nail tips. I'm going to be doing some duck nails in today's video. I know duck nails are not everybody's cup of tea, but I have had a few requests from you guys asking me to try the duck nails. So I do want to go ahead and go through with that video and try duck nails. I have used duck nails in a previous video. It was just like a quick press-on nail set. So I don't even really consider that like trying duck nails for the first time. I feel like in today's video, it's gonna be a more like trying duck nails for the first time, specifically the Moon Curve style from Novo Ovo. I am really excited for this. I know a lot of you may not like the duck nails, but stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a really cool nail art design. So even if you don't like the duck nails, the nail design that I'm doing in today's video, you do not want to miss out. I saw this on Instagram. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do that myself. So stay around, because even if you don't like duck nails, you can still try this nail art design or like trend on any shape of nails. But I'm going to be, of course, doing it on the duck nails today because we're going to be trying Moon Curve duck nails for the first time. I'm a little bit nervous just because myself, I'm not a huge fan of duck nails, but I think this is still really exciting, and it's kind of just going to be one of those like experimental videos, and I'm just going to have fun with it and do a really fun nail look. So these Novo Ovo Moon Curve duck nails are the world's first extra thick full cover duck nails made with soft gel. The free edge is 2 to 3 times thicker than a normal nail tip. So you guys know I've tried Novo Ovo nail tips in the past. I've also tried their like world's thickest soft gel nail tips, and they are really nice. The free edge is definitely a lot thicker than other nail tips I've tried. The quality of the nail tip, like the soft gel material, is also a really good material, and I have tried those. So they do make other nail shapes. So if duck nails aren't your favorite, you can still try out Novo Ovo. Their products are available on Amazon. They have a wide selection available. They also even have instant apex nails. I know those are super popular and trendy. I do have a Novo Ovo favorites on my Amazon storefront, so I will be leaving that down below in the description box. That way you guys can shop my favorites. There are also a total of 15 sizes, so that is really nice because it does give us a wide variety. Whether or not you have larger or smaller nail beds, you have 15 sizes to choose from, so it will be very helpful if you're on the larger or on the smaller side. And then I'm also pretty positive Novo Ovo does offer like their size measurements on the Amazon listing, so you are able to go ahead and measure your nail beds and then check with the sizes before actually making your purchase, just to be sure they're going to properly fit you. And then, like I mentioned, these duck nails do have the Moon Curve design, which actually saves you time with filing, because if you like that Moon Curve design, these duck nails already offer that, so you don't have to worry about filing the nail. It's already like that pre-Moon Curve design. And then they also are a medium length, and they have a natural curve to them. So I am really excited. I just want to open these up and actually take a look at these nail tips. I have yet to do that yet. I'm just like, I have seen the packaging. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to bring out my other camera here. We're going to open these up, take a quick look at them, and then of course I will be applying them. And then I'm so excited to get into today's nail art design. Like I said, I found this on Instagram. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to try this. So I am going to go ahead and do that as well. And to, instead of keeping you guys waiting, saying, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up on screen. Like I said, I did find it on Instagram, and I'm just gonna go here and look real quick just so I can credit the original creator of this design, because I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, that is absolutely amazing. So the original creator is FFIVAHH. I will also have that up on screen. I'm not sure how to properly pronounce that, but that will be on screen, and then I will also be linking their work down below in the description box. But I saw this, and again, I was like, oh my goodness, this is absolutely stunning. I need to try this. So this is going to be the nail design that I am doing in today's video. In their video, they did do really long nails, which I'm a little bit upset about just because these duck nails are only a medium length. I think Novo Ovo does offer longer duck nails though, so that is really nice if you want to do longer nails, but I think we will still be able to make it work on the medium length. So let's jump right in. I don't want to waste any more time. I am very, very excited. Okay, so I already explained all of the details for these full cover moon shaped duck soft gel nail tips from Novo Ovo. So I just quickly want to take a look at them before we actually jump in to applying them. So the packaging is really nice, Novo Ovo, and then it just comes in a little plastic case here. On the inside, it does show the Novo Ovo hot sale products. It shows some of their duck nails, their toenails, curved nails, their instant apex nails. Like I said, I have tried other products from them, so I will be leaving those videos linked up in the cards. And then also my favorites will be all on my Amazon storefront. And then in the box, we also get the Novo Ovo tip number stickers. So this is really nice because there isn't any numbers like on the actual packaging, so you can put these numbers like on the inside here or also up in these little boxes. That way you can it will help you easier be able to find the different nail sizes. So that's really nice. And then they're also color coded, which is another nice thing because your eye is drawn to a number and also a color. And then of course we have the nail tips, super duper exciting. So I believe here is the largest size 0, yes. Okay, so this is the size 0. We'll just go ahead and take a look at this nail tip and just look at that moon curve. Like, oh my goodness, that is insane. Wow. That is crazy. Look at that. Instead of it being like straight, it's like very curved. Wow, that is super nice and really nicely done too. It's super sharp, which is really nice because I know a lot of people, like especially with like stilettos, because they're a super sharp nail tip. So you want that nail tip to be like super sharp and when you file that. So having this moon curve be very sharp like that, that just shows that it's really nicely made. And then also, like I was saying about the free edge, you can see that thickness on that nail tip. Just take a look at that thickness. Absolutely insane. And that is definitely 2 to 3 times thicker than your normal nail tip. It also gives us a lot more strength, which of course we want. These nail tips, they also are full cover, like I have mentioned. They're made from soft gel. The free edge is also a lot thinner. You can take a look at I said free edge. I always mix myself up there. I meant cuticle area. You guys know what I mean. The cuticle area here, it's a lot thinner. We can compare that cuticle area to the free edge and there is a huge difference, which is what we want though, because the cuticle area being thinner, that's going to give us a more seamless and flawless look when we go to actually apply the nail tip. It's just going to blend a lot better onto our natural nail. So these duck nails are really exciting. That moon curve is also very exciting. I can't wait to actually have these applied because again, I'm not the biggest fan of duck nails. I feel like when I see them on other people, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Those look nice. But I'm never like, oh my goodness, I want to do some duck nails, just because the shape to me, it's a little crazy. But I feel like we are going to have a very fun nail set today, so I'm okay with it. So we are ready to get these all sized out like I showed. I already discussed the information about these nail tips, and then I just wanted to quickly show them to you all. So we're now ready to actually get these applied. So off camera, I did go in and prep my natural nails. I just applied a peel off base coat, but I will have a video linked up in the cards showing the step-by-step natural nail prep. I do not do that in all of my videos just because it will cause damage to my natural nails, but I do have a lot of videos on my channel where I do show the step-by-step process of natural nail prep. But for today, I just have my peel off base coat applied, and we are now ready to get these nail tips sized out. I cannot tell you guys actually how excited I am to get these sized out, get them applied, and see how they look on my natural nails. I'm a little bit scared, but at the same time, I am so excited just because, again, I feel like this is my first official time trying duck nails, especially this moon shape. So let's go ahead and get them sized out. When sizing out your nail tips, you just want to be sure that they are fitting from sidewall to sidewall. If you are ever in between sizes, you always want to be sure that you do size up, never size down. If the nail tip does fit you too small, you are at the risk of the nail tip lifting and popping off from your natural nail. So again, if you're in between sizes, it's always best to size up, and then you're able to easily take a hand file and shape around that cuticle area so you can get the perfect fit. So here are my nail tips after I have them all sized out. I did have to do a little bit of filing to that thumbnail just because, like I said, I was in between sizes. I didn't want to size down, so I did size up. And then I did a little bit of customizing with my hand file that really took me no time at all. And now the nails are ready to be applied. Another awesome thing about these nails is they are full cover, so we can apply them using gel. I'm going to be using a glue gel in a bottle today, but Novo Ovo does also offer a solid non-stick glue gel, and you can use that especially if you are a beginner or if you need to fill any gaps. Like if you have super flat nail beds, that is a great product for filling in those gaps. And then, like I also mentioned, a great product if you are a beginner. I do have my Flash Cure Light, and then I also have my glue gel product. I am going to be applying these nail tips just like I would any other full cover nail tip. I'm going to be taking my glue gel here, painting it on to the inside of the nail. Something else I also forgot to mention is these nail tips actually have that like pre-matted surface on the top side, which I'm sure you guys could plainly see that since they are not shiny and clear. But I just wanted to mention it. I am taking the glue gel and just painting it on where I estimate my natural nail to be. And then I will add just a little extra product just to be sure I will have enough to fully cover my natural nail. I will then turn on my Flash Cure Light and go in and apply the nail tip. I'll start at the cuticle area and slowly lower that nail tip until the gel has reached the free edge of my natural nail. Once the gel has reached the free edge of my natural nail, I will then hold that nail tip in place and do my flash cure. Keep in mind, flash cures are literally just the name, a flash cure. I will repeat the flash cures to all of the other nails to hold the nail tips in place and allow me to stop from going in and out of the larger nail lamp. But then after I do have all of the nail tips applied, I will go into my large nail lamp and do my full cure just to be sure that the gel is fully cured. I am not having any issues at all with applying these nail tips. They are fitting me very, very nicely, and they are also honestly looking really, really good. I feel a little odd saying that just because duck nails really are not my favorite, but I am really liking the outcome of how these are turning out. And I think today's nail art design is also going to be super fun and look really good with the whole like moon curve duck nails. So here are the nails after I have them all applied. Oh my goodness, these are crazy, but I'm actually kind of loving them. It's so different and unique. I don't know, just something about them. I expected not to like them, but I think I actually do really like them and they are super fun. I also really like the moon curve. I was never like a huge fan of like a C curve, and I feel like this moon curve kind of reminds me of a C curve. But I don't know, just something with like doing nails more often, trying different nail tips. I feel like my preferences have definitely changed. Now, of course, this isn't my favorite and I'm not going to constantly be doing duck nails, but this is something definitely fun. And if you want to try out a new nail shape or just kind of have fun and get creative with your nails, I definitely recommend the duck nails. I am very curious though. Let me know down below in the comments section if you guys love or hate duck nails, or if you're just somewhere in between, because I feel like honestly I'm somewhere in between. I don't love them, I don't hate them, but I'm just right there in the middle. So let me know down below in the comments section you guys' opinion on duck nails, and also let me know if you like the moon curve or if you like it to be more so straight. So I'm now going to go in with my filing and buffing. These nail tips do already have that pre-matted surface, but I still always like to go in and take my buffer and just buff the surface of the nails. So here are the nails, and I am now ready to do the nail art trend, the design, like I almost want to say like fluffy nails, 3D nails, bubble nails. I don't really know what to call them, but you guys saw the video at the beginning of the video. I am so excited to do this. So I did pull out some products. I do have some different little nail art charms because they did use nail art charms. I saw in their nail set, they used some pearls and then also some little hearts. So I pulled out some hearts. I also have some bows because I may pop on a bow. I don't know how well that will work. And then I also do have some pearls, and I have some other just little different like shaped little rhinestone pieces that I could also possibly incorporate into the nails. Again, these nails are not that long, so I don't have too much room to work with on the nails, but I do have all of these little charms that I will be somehow incorporating. And then I also do have a thicker gel in a tube, and then also a thicker gel in a jar that I'll be using with a liner brush to kind of just go crazy and just be very unique and different with the nail design. Honestly, I don't really have anything like set in my mind. I'm just going to wing it and just be very like just going with the flow on where I want to place the things and the different like little dots that I want to add on with like the rhinestone gel in a tube and all of that, just making it a fun 3D nail look. So I'm going to just go ahead and start here. I think I'm going to first start off with the rhinestone gel in a tube, and I'm going to take this and put some like just little almost like 3D bubbles on the nail, I want to say. I also should pull out my flash cure light, that way I can flash cure. I've never been the greatest with like 3D nail designs like this, so I don't know for sure how this is going to turn out, but I am hoping for the best. My fingers are crossed, and I'm going to try to do a lot of flash cures just so the gel does not move around, so it actually stays in its like 3D state. I don't want it to like spread and move, so you probably will see me do a lot of flash curing, but I'm just gonna go in and start on, I'm just gonna work one nail at a time. I'll finish one nail, then I'll move to the next. I think that will be the easiest. So I'm just gonna go in here and start just with these little dots using the rhinestone gel just to give the nail a little bit of like a 3D effect. After I am finished with one total nail, I will also go in and do a full cure. So I just have two little dots there, and now I think I want to add on a heart. So it doesn't really matter what color I use. I'm going to be adding on the airbrush. So I'm just going to go in with a little dot of this rhinestone gel, and then I'll pick up one of these hearts and place it into that rhinestone gel. And then I will go ahead and again flash cure that. And now I think it's time to take the gel and actually draw on some lines. So I have my super thick gel here and a liner brush, and I'm just gonna dip in here and draw on hopefully some 3D lines. This is quite tricky to do, but I feel like once I'm all finished and actually get to the airbrushing, that's where it's really like going to make the nail set. So again, just going in here, playing around and just having fun doing different designs, having no specific order of it, just adding on the lines and all of the other little details. I want to add on some of the little pearls to the nail, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I also have this little rhinestone gel just to help me with the pearls, just so there isn't like a bunch of gel around the pearl, because when I go in with my airbrush, I don't want like all of the gel around the pearl to actually take away from the pearl being like a round ball. So I think I'm going to add one more of the hearts, or possibly maybe I should add something from this little pack here, just to add something different to the nail. Maybe one of these little squiggle designs. I'll go ahead and add one of those, and then I think this nail is complete. I'll do a full cure of that, and then I'll move on to the next nails, repeating that same exact process. So I definitely had a lot of fun with this nail. The squiggle, like the little charm, it didn't sit flat, so I just went in and actually did my own little 3D design with the gel. So now I'm going to repeat this process to all of the other nails. I feel like there really isn't much for me to talk about or explain, so I'm just gonna let you all enjoy the process. Again, I will be going in with a lot of flash cures just to flash cure everything in place and also help to keep like the 3D effect of the gel. And then once I'm complete with a nail, I will do a full cure on that nail before moving on to the next nail. I also wanted to mention, I found this little charm box here that includes a lot of different charms. I saw some bears, some different bows, some different hearts. So I think I will also be incorporating some of these into the nails, even these little 4-pointed stars, because everything is going to be covered once I pull out my airbrush machine. So I'm just gonna go crazy and have a lot of fun with it, placing the different charms and also going in with the gel to create the different 3D lines and effects. Okay, so I have on all of my 3D like bubbles, lines, charms, everything is on the nails. Some of the charms are not clear, so I'm hoping that the airbrush will just overpower the color and blend everything in, but I am obsessed. I mean, I would honestly leave these nails as is because I think this is also just a really cool, fun looking nail set. I love all of the charms. It's giving like Valentine's Day, coquette, kawaii. I really love it. And then also I feel like it goes really well with the duck nails. So first things first, before we use my airbrush, I'm actually going to take a poly peel cuticle protector and I'm going to apply that to all of my cuticles and then let that dry. That way I don't have to worry about the airbrush actually getting on my skin. This will help protect my skin a lot. Okay, so that looks quite crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry completely. Hopefully it doesn't start lifting up just because I did take it up my nail past my knuckle a little bit just to really help because airbrushing can get super messy. So I just wanted to try to avoid getting it on my skin and making cleanup a lot easier because this will dry and then just peel off. Like if you've ever taken like Elmer's glue, put it on your skin and then peeled it off. That's like exactly what this is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this dry fully and then we'll come back with the airbrush and we will start to airbrush these nails, which I am so excited to do. So while setting up my airbrush, I did have a little bit come off and I had to reapply it. So I just want to jump in here so I don't have any more come off. But I was setting up my airbrush. I have my airbrush paint in here. This is a gel paint. I use these in another video, so I'll have that video linked up in the cards in case you guys want to check that out. But I have a rose hot pink color in here. Very beautiful color. I did pull out 3 colors, a darker pink, lighter pink, and a red. I'll probably end up using 1 pink and 1 red, but I may possibly use all 3 of the colors. I haven't decided yet just because I don't really know how this is going to work and how everything's going to turn out. But this airbrush machine, it's loud. I can't talk while I'm using it. Obviously, you guys won't be able to hear me. So when I'm using the airbrush machine, I will not be talking. And then also, like I said, this is a gel airbrush paint, so I will need to cure it. I'm also going to try my best to work in layers. I'm going to try to apply the airbrush like effect to the nail. I will be covering everything on the nails. I'm going to try to apply the airbrush and then I will cure and then I'll apply the airbrush and then I'll cure, trying to keep the layers very, very light, not getting the airbrush super close. I'm going to try to keep the airbrush further away from the nail and just work in really light, thin coats and then curing in between each of those coats. I hope that kind of explains everything that I'm doing. I'm going to try to show the process as best as I can. It is a little difficult to do just because I don't like to put the cap on here because it's so hard to get off. So holding the airbrush and trying not to spill this and then also showing, but I am gonna try my best. But just one thing, I'm gonna keep the airbrush machine away from the nail and try my best to work in really thin layers and just build up the airbrush paint to get the pigment that I want and the color opacity that I want. And of course, again, this does need to be cured, so I will be doing all of my cures. So far, that is looking really good. I mean, it's looking crazy, but it's looking good. I'm happy with it, and I think I'm going to be able to get a really nice ending result. It may not look the best, and especially like the original creators, but I still think I'm going to come out with something that looks really, really cute. So sadly, I did mess up just a little bit. I have some like little wrinkling. I think my layers were just a little too thick. I don't know. I was trying to keep the layers thin, so I don't really know what happened with that. I guess I just got them a little too thick, but I'm now moving on to the next color, which I am going to use the red. And I think I'm also going to save space for the lighter pink color, because I think having 3 colors, especially a lighter color, I may even use a white depending on how light the pink is. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm just going to do the same process, and hopefully I can keep the layers a lot more thinner. That way I don't get any more wrinkling, but I think with the matte top coat applied, it will really help with that wrinkling. And also because these nails are already so like crazy, I feel like the wrinkling doesn't affect too much. But that is a little bit sad, just because like it was kind of curing a little weird, because I guess my layers were just a little too thick. But now let's go ahead and move on to the red, and I'm going to repeat the same process. I apologize, my paper towel, it is a mess. Airbrushing does get messy, but I don't want to change it out yet because it's just going to continue to get messy. So I definitely did better with the red, and these are looking really good. They are really messy though, especially because the poly peel and everything. So it's just looking crazy right now, but I am really happy with the result of these and how it's turning out. So I am going to finish off with the last color, which I will be using the light pink. I think it's going to be light enough to do exactly what I want and just add a little a third color and a little bit of lightness to the nails. So I'm gonna go in with that. My airbrush sadly did die and I can't use it while it's plugged in. It can be plugged in, but it will still like just give it a little bit of charge. And then while you're using it, it won't charge, I think. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get through this. It shouldn't be much just because there really isn't much spaces on the nails left over. But again, I'm gonna be doing the process of doing a thin coat, curing, and then we will just do another coat, cure. And then this will be the last airbrush coat to the nail, last airbrush color. So let's hope this all turns out and I can just fill in all of the little clear empty spaces. So here are how the nails are looking. Very, very messy, but also very good. Once I get this poly peel off, I feel like we're going to have a much better result. So let's go ahead and peel this off. I'm hoping it helped and I don't have much product on my skin. That would be super, super helpful. Oh my goodness, I think it did work really, really nicely. Is this poly peel? Oh no, what happened there? Is that not poly peel? Oh wait, I think it is. I think I'm just having a hard time getting it off my skin there just because there's so much like product buildup. But the poly peel definitely helped. Oh my goodness, this is so nice because now I don't have much product on my skin and I don't really have to worry too much about like much cleanup, even though these nails are super messy looking. They're already looking better though because of that poly peel being removed. So before I worry about getting the rest off, I do want to go in with my top coat just so I can seal everything in because these are looking really, really good, especially now that I have that off. Like just look at how adorable. These are so fun. So I am of course going to use a matte top coat. Now when it comes to applying the top coat, it's going to be a little bit difficult just because of everything like being so 3D and uplifted from the nails. So I'm just going to take my matte top coat. I'm going going to take my time and just really go in and fill in every little gap with the matte top coat, and then I will cure. So here is the finished look of the nails after I have the top coat applied. I also went in, washed my hands, and tried to remove anything remaining on my skin. Any other little pieces would definitely come off with several hand washes, but these are looking so good. I am honestly blown away with how these turned out. Definitely, if you're going to do these, create them as press-ons and do the airbrush, which I feel like would be a lot easier just because you can move the nail around a lot more. And when you're using the airbrush on like your natural nails, I feel like it's just a little bit more difficult. But my main point to saying that was going to be, if you do not have the poly peel, you're going to want it, because this is just using an airbrush. It's very messy. It's going to create a mess, and especially on your skin, it is quite hard to get off. And of course, we really don't want that product on our skin. So if you're going to do this like nail art design and using an airbrush, definitely get yourself a poly peel or create these nails as press-ons, just because it will be a lot easier. But I am obsessed. I also feel that this nail design, like these puffy 3D nails, bubble nails, whatever you want to call it, I feel like they are so perfect on the Moon Curve duck nails. Like, I don't know, just something about this set, it just flows so well to me and just looks absolutely amazing. I am obsessed. I'm in love with how these turned out. And it was also very easy to do, and something that was so creative that I feel like I never would have thought of. Just taking nail charms and gel, creating like 3D designs on your nails, and then taking the airbrush and just going over top of that and creating it and mushing it almost into like one nail art design. This is very similar to like the Puffy Hearts nail design, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I was also debating on trying that, so let me know down below in the comment section if you guys would also like to see a nail tutorial on me trying the puffy heart trend. I know that's super viral, especially for Valentine's Day because of the hearts. But this is also really cute. I cannot pick a favorite nail just because they all really did turn out super cute. I'm glad I found that charm box though, because I was thinking I would only be able to use the smaller charms, but the larger charms also turned out really nicely. Now, if you want something a little bit more like laid back and not like as puffed up on the nail, definitely use just the smaller charms because it will be flatter and more against the nail. But I am obsessed. These turned out absolutely amazing. I'm now going to go in with my cuticle oil. I'm going to apply that to my cuticles, rub that in to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And here are the nails. like I said, I'm obsessed, in love with these nails. I had so much fun doing this nail set. It's so creative. It's just very interesting. Definitely something different than the basic, like beginner friendly DIY nails. I love how these turned out. I also really hope that you enjoyed watching the video. I had a lot of fun placing all of the different charms and then also using my airbrush machine. I would definitely love to do this nail art design again, just because, I don't know, I'm not usually a matte nail person, but I feel like the matte is what stands out the most about these nails, like how you take the charms, make everything 3D, and then use the airbrush to add color, and then you make everything matte, and I feel like it just flows so perfectly. But I would love to do this on like some longer nails, just because I also think that would be very, very fun. And I had so much fun with this nail set. It was also very easy to do. It did take some time, but it was not nearly as complicated as I thought it was going to be, especially with the airbrush, because if I could have put matte top coat in that airbrush machine, oh my goodness, I wonder if that would work. Like, is there a way to do that? Because if there is, this nail set would have been so easy, because honestly, the hardest part of this nail set was literally applying the matte top coat, because the nails are so lumpy and bumpy and 3D, and trying to get the top coat into all of the little crevices, that was really the hardest part. So like being able to have like an airbrush and like just spraying the paint over the nails, if I could have done that with the top coat too, this nail set would have been easy peasy lemon squeezy, because the hardest part was just applying that matte top coat. I will be leaving the links to all of the products that I did use down below in the description box in case you guys do want to pick anything up for yourselves. I will also have these moon curve full cover nail tips from Novo Ovo on my Novo Ovo favorites on my Amazon storefront. That will also be in the description box, so you guys can shop them if you are interested, along with the other products I used for today's nail set. And also I will be tagging the original creator. Their nails turned out absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad I saw this, because I really had the best time doing this nail look. I really hope you all did enjoy today's video, but as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.